That's why it's illegal
It's
now.
not processed, right? Do you think anybody has
Well,
like
processed
stashes
makes
of
it
old
weaker.
Coke? Huh?
When you process Coke, you make it weaker because you throw baby powder and shit in it.
And, like gasoline.
Oh, speaking of baby powder. Baby powder. Febreze.
So, like, street Coke is probably only like 40 to 50% cocaine.
The other 50% is like baby laxative.
Yeah.
Baby laxative?
I wish I was kidding.
My
but
high
I'm
school
not.
government teacher was in charge of the DEA in New York, so we heard some interesting stories.
Does cocaine give you the shits then?
Yeah, actually it does.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've read people who say like the first time you do coke, like don't
Wear
do
a diaper.
anything except be near the bathroom. Like don't expect to do coke and then go out for the whole night. Like do coke and then chill by the toilet.
So now
Because it's a
every time-
diuretic.
Now every time I watch a movie with like Wolf of Wall Street or like Scarface or something, I'm always gonna imagine that after all these scenes, they're just shitting their brains out.
I mean, if you're hardcore enough about it that you have enough of a tolerance, it does that much less to you. That's like
Dude.
training yourself on laxatives to just like power through them.
So wait, they'll take like actual laxatives to train themselves, or
No.
they'll just keep doing
I mean,
the cocaine
it's
laxatives?
like the
it's
gas guzzler
similar to
challenge.
like if you would take laxatives but then just not poop through the course of it. It's that same idea that they just keep taking coke but just don't poop.
They
just
clench.
they get over it essentially.
We should probably do an intro at this point.
I think so.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Tony Montana's Running Shits After Cocaine edition of the WIU podcast.
Are we actually starting
yeah.
from that point or
Yeah, I'm probably gonna leave in the whole bit about cocaine too.
Make it like bonus footage. Here's
Bonus
the fact
footage.
about cocaine.
Subscribe, like, and subscribe for extra. But it doesn't
I
work
wouldn't
like
say
that.
that.
Did you guys ever watch Metalocalypse?
No.
Yes.
Rocco the Rock Clown. I love cocaine.
All right, so we should probably do intro before we get any deeper into this cocaine,
Frenzy.
like diarrhea-fueled discussion that we're having. We have a special guest today. Technically, he's a special guest, even though if you're going from one podcast to the next, there's no change. There's actually been a whole summer, a whole 3 months in between this one and the last one. Go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy.
I'm Mike Gosnell, the former sports director here at 90.1 WIUP-FM, and I graduated May 9th, in 2015, and
That's
I
this
now...
year.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I now live in New Jersey, where I work for a hockey team.
But he's here.
But I'm here for
He's
the
here
weekend.
today for this.
And forgive me if I sound really bad.
Oh,
I had a long night last night.
you don't look really bad. You look great.
Hi, I'm Nick. I am also known as DJ Ike. I am on Fridays, median mix 2 to 4. That's the only
Okay,
interesting
I
fact
thought you were
about
going to say
me.
something else.
And I have 2 cats. I'm Logan Berrier, DJ TK, BPM, Tuesday nights 8 to 10, and I have no cats.
Play
Oh.
Sandstorm.
Good for you.
And I never play Sandstorm.
You have once, that's a lie.
It's true.
I missed that one.
Kind of begrudgingly, but
We'd like to say
It
that
happened.
the views and opinions shared today are not necessarily those of our
Don't worry.
of our radio station.
It'll be copy and pasted into the description.
There you go.
Hello, everybody. I am, I guess, the host and producer of this podcast thing that we do. I am Walker Ford, a.k.a. DJ Dynamite. There's a dash between
AKA
the die,
Baby Legs
no,
O'Houlihan.
and might. What?
AKA Baby Legs O'Houlihan.
Oh. I don't even know what my show is. Oh, Progressions from 6 to 8 on Fridays. I'd also like to give you just a quick tip. Make sure you listen to everyone's show, because,
Like
just listen to
pro
the station.
tip.
Hey,
listen to the
was-
station as a whole. We need listeners.
Was BPM in after you last night?
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
I don't know who that guy is.
That I figured I should have checked if they came in, but I didn't.
I sat there and waited, and they didn't play it. And I tried to play Sandstorm, but I
Oh, I
played
played
the song next to it.
Sandstorm yesterday.
Yeah,
I
felt
played
really
the 7-minute
disappointed.
cut as Sports Talk
But
was
yeah,
getting ready.
Before Sports Talk kicked you out of your...
Did you see Darude has a new album coming out soon?
I
He
did
does.
see that.
He did an AMA on Reddit. I didn't read it, but he did one.
Was it in English?
I don't know.
Oh.
Wait, is he English? Wait, who is he?
No.
Isn't he German?
Yeah.
You got me confused.
First podcast of the semester for you guys.
Yeah, we're back.
On a
True.
weekend,
Well, and
nonetheless.
first podcast of the semester for you. So.
Yeah, well,
Well, hopefully not the last. You'll be come back in a visit, right?
I hope. I don't know when, but I hope.
He's like, not if I feel this way every
Not if I
time.
would do it this way every time. Holy crap.
So tell us about you. You're in Virginia now. You're in New Jersey.
I'm not in
Not
Virginia.
You're
even
in New
close.
Jersey
He's
now.
in Virginia.
I'm not
What
in
do you-
Virginia
He's not in
anymore.
Virginia anymore.
I am
Virginia's not a
I'm
part.
pretty much a full-time townie at this point.
What do you want to know about New Jersey?
What do you do? Because you got like
Not
a
pump
sweet
your own
gig
gas.
there, right?
Yeah, well, we'll get to that. I am the public relations, community relations. I actually have business cards for you.
Cool.
I have business cards for you guys that explain what I do.
I want to
But-
frame it.
I am PR, community relations, and broadcasting manager for a hockey team. I'm not going to name who they are, just in case. But
I'm sure they'll be
uh,
able to figure it out.
Our viewers are.
our viewers are
are
very eclectic
everywhere,
and
so-
everywhere. So,
It's mostly just
what
Steve.
else do you want to know?
I mean, is that what you wanted to do?
What's it like not
thought you'd
pumping your own
elaborate.
gas?
Yes, you know what? I grew up in Pennsylvania for 22 years. I want to pump my own damn gas. It's so stupid.
America.
Like
Do they have,
I got.
the-
As soon as I got there, I said, okay, I'm going to go get gas at the Exxon or the Wawa because there's no sheets over there. And I got out, got my gas cap off. Guy comes running out of the fucking store. No. I said, what? No, state law. Can't pump gas. Of course, in broken English. And
I think my favorite part of that though is they always act so like offended that you're trying to pump your own gas. Like there are 40,
well, you're taking a job away from them. That's why.
yeah, I mean there are 48 states where people pump their
Who-
own gas.
New Jersey
I
and
don't
what
know
other
who
state?
The other one is.
That's
Washington.
a Google question. Washington State.
Really?
See, I'd rather live.
Ah.
I would rather live in Washington State than New Jersey.
Wait, Seattle and Washington?
Yes.
Yes,
Ah.
Walker.
They
But
have
no,
to pump-
I
they
would
can't
love
pump
to
their
live in
own gas?
Washington State. It seems like a really like. There's actually mountains. In New Jersey, there is no mountains.
I mean, there's kind of mountains in Pennsylvania. They
Kinda,
kind
you're
of
surrounded
but
by
they're
'em.
here. They're like really lame. They're like the ones you see out in the distance that you always see, but every time you get close to them, they're never really there. They're not like real.
Oh, you
That's
can't.
deep.
You can't turn left in New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
You
that's
can never
horrible.
turn left.
That's horrible.
You have to go right to turn left.
You can't
Right
take anyone
forever.
from Pittsburgh and put them there because left is a.
But
sacred
I
thing.
will say, I'm learning how to drive in the city, which is very good. Like,
Aw.
I'm now more of an aggressive driver because of it. Because the Garden State Parkway is like 6 lanes of traffic going each direction, so you have to be like on your toes at all times.
Is it like Mad Max?
And you can't fuck around. What?
Is it like Mad Max? Is
I've
there
never
like
seen Mad
explosions?
Max.
No.
I feel like it's not.
I don't
I mean,
know.
that's
It's
just a
New
hunch.
Jersey. Could be like Mad Max.
I mean, I ask because I saw a comic immediately after Mad Max came out comparing different cities, and
Mhm.
the New Jersey one was just a picture of Mad Max. They actually took the time to draw all the
I
other
will
ones,
say
but
this.
they just
I'm the whitest person in New Jersey because I have not met anyone that does not have a tan.
that's racist.
That's not
tan
racist.
people.
I'm just saying.
fact. It's real.
I'm the whitest person I
Is
know
it
in New Jersey.
GTL, man.
Wait, are they tan as in they're just outside a lot,
Well,
or do
most
they
of them are
tan,
Italian,
tan?
so they already have like the darker complexion.
Okay.
But
And then they go to the
then they go to the shore. I'm right on the shore, and I live near the beach, and I don't go to the beach because I don't have time.
I don't like the water.
I find that with people with like my neighbors. Do you ever go to the beach? No, but it's right there. I think people who live there don't go there. It's just the tourists and everybody else goes there. They don't want to be part of it because the tourists and that stuff.
Such is the burden of living by the beach.
Yeah, I'm actually moving closer to my work. It's gonna be right on the sand. So it's like an 8-room house.
But the real benefit of living next to the ocean is not that you can go swimming, because who gives a shit about the ocean? It's that you always have access to the freshest seafood.
That's not always true.
Fresher than you will here in
And
Western
that's not always
Pennsylvania.
true.
Oh, really?
Depends where you go.
There's
I
that's a lot of fucking work.
Red
you have to get a boat. You have
Red
to get-
Lobster will still taste really bad by the ocean
Yeah,
as
but
it
I
does
mean-
inland.
Because
Like-
they don't. Like.
I'm not saying that you go out and catch your own damn lobster.
Oh.
It's just the the lobster has like a shorter trip to get from the ocean to your store.
Doesn't mean it's gonna be less expensive.
Well, of course it's not going to be less expensive. It's going to be fresh.
Gotta be fresh.
But gas is cheaper. That's one of the only things I like about living there.
So
I
when
think I
they-
saw New Jersey gas is some of the cheapest in the country.
$2.05 a gallon. It's
Yeah,
$2.55
but
here.
Cheapest in the country.
is it like a so when they pump your own gas, do they like expect like tips?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't even tip when I go to restaurants.
Don't be that guy.
Oh,
I'm
no.
kidding. I do sometimes.
Sometimes.
So if you would become a gas station employee, could you then pump your own gas, or would you need
No,
one
you
of your
still have-
coworkers?
Yeah. It's state law. And you can't sit there like, I don't know why people would do this, but you can't sit there with like your car idling. That's against the law.
Oh, that's super bad to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that anywhere. Like if you're parked and your car is idling, you can get a fine. And if you get pulled over by one of the state police, they're going to give you a ticket regardless. They have to.
What?
You can't get off a ticket with the state police.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like if I
Like,
get pulled
there's
over,
no warnings
there's no warnings.
for offenses.
It's a law. They have to. They will find something wrong with your car or whatever you did just to give you a ticket, because they have to.
I don't like that.
Welcome to New Jersey.
Don't go New Jersey.
Well, I didn't plan on it. Now I especially don't plan on it. No offense to
Anyway.
New Jersey, but
How was your guys' summers?
Boring.
uneventful.
boring. Oh, wait. He already said that. Uninteresting?
Is that the right form of the word?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uninterested. Disinterested.
No, disinterested means you're
Being
actively not
disinterested.
being.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Uninteresting is like there's nothing interesting, right?
Yeah.
I worked a lot.
Same.
And that was it.
I was forced to work a Weird Al Yankovic concert. That was interesting.
Did you meet him?
Forced to.
What was
I
that
would've
crowd
loved.
like?
They all had the same hair, and they weren't wigs. Like, they all had the Weird Al hair.
Speaking of which, I didn't realize until very recently that Weird Al's like curly hair. That's a wig at this point.
Oh yeah.
He's got like super classy like white hair. He looks like distinguished as fuck. Have you ever seen a picture of him without the curly hair?
No.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to find it later. But
What was the demographic? Was it old?
Mostly 30 to 45-year-old white guys.
makes
There
sense.
were some families, like, who brought their kids and stuff. I had to go bank out all the concession stands, so I had to drop like $6,000 or $7,000 in like the safe. And as I was walking backstage to do that, the VIP backstage fan club came like past the other way. It was just all these like fat bald dudes with Hawaiian shirts, and then just one like extremely hot looking like 30-year-old woman, and it was weird.
That's not someone I'd ever think that like I'm gonna go
No.
see a show.
And I'm gonna pay extra money to go backstage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay extra money to go backstage, but I would go see Weird Al. You know, if I actually went out
The
and did things in
spacing of
public.
his concert was different just because he changed his costume every like 3 to 4 songs. So to have the time to do that, he'd run off stage and they'd play like a 5-minute video, which are just like, they were like comedy videos kind of that were just super cuts of like fake news bloopers starring Weird Al and stuff.
Was one of them? Were they like the? Did you see like the tour like trailer? I guess that he did with J.K. Simmons, and it was supposed to be like Whiplash, the movie that I haven't seen, but they did like the whole recreated it with Weird Al.
I mean, I was also working, so I wasn't actively paying attention
Oh.
to the full concert, but
I guess we're gonna have to make a group trip to a Weird Al concert right after a Dave Matthews concert and a Dave Might Be Giants concert.
That's a
In-
really
in
weird
Istanbul.
collection of shows to go
no,
to.
I feel like if you listen to They Might Be Giants, then you're probably listening to Weird Al.
Also,
Just
I
as
just grouped
much.
together everything that Nick hates the most.
It's true.
So
You didn't say Sandstorm. You didn't say Darude.
I love Darude.
he loves the Rude.
Maybe I'll go see him live next year
Well, he
when
tours
I'm
for
in
his
Germany.
new album.
Yeah.
Have you listened to his new album?
That's not out yet.
Have you listened to anything from it?
No.
Silver
you
Sun
going
Pickups
to?
is having a new album soon.
Who?
Silver Sun Pickups.
I don't listen to him.
Oh, they dropped a
Ooh.
single last week or 2 weeks ago.
Sirius XM has been playing it. It's pretty good.
Dave Matthews is
No one cares.
But
Nope.
they registered a couple of the new songs they played this summer that really sucked, and it's really upsetting because they registered like the worst one, and it was makes me sad because that's gonna be the new album, and I'm not gonna like it. It's gonna be just like the last one.
The album cover is just gonna be the poop emoji.
The poop emoji.
The golden poop emoji.
So, anybody else go to concerts this summer?
I didn't leave my house.
Block Party 2015.
Nice. And how was that?
Was there a giant blue rabbit?
Give us like a breakdown of it.
Well, this year they've kind of changed up the plan of what they normally did. They did less dates in less cities, but they also did multiple days in a few cities.
Okay.
And Philly was one of that. They had a Thursday and a Friday,
Huh.
which was really weird. Like
yeah.
an entire Thursday course of the day show from like noon to midnight.
It started in Philly, right? Okay.
So I didn't do that one. I just did one day. I did Friday.
Gotcha.
We got there, got in around 1, got out around 11, got out of the city around 1, then, I don't know, it was a pretty cool show. Not all the artists I would have liked were there because of the whole weird split up over 2-day thing. It was like two different sets of artists both days.
Okay.
So like there were people I wanted from the first day who weren't there the second day.
Gotcha.
Who was your favorite performance?
Major Lazer,
Major Lazer.
without a doubt. It's like an hour and a
Was
half.
there like? Did they have like the laser lights?
Oh yeah,
Were they major? Like
they were major.
they were
The
major.
lasers
Did they
were major.
destroy them with lasers?
Major lasers. Major lasers.
They played a whole bunch of stuff from the new show he had on FX.
Wait,
There
what?
was a Major Lazer show on FXX.
What's it called?
Well, it was part of the animation
Wait.
domination.
Oh wait, no, I saw this. I was watching Mr. Robot and because Mr. and then I saw Major Lazer and I got confused because I thought that was an artist. And I was confused, like, oh, I guess I was wrong. I guess it was a TV show. But
Yeah.
now,
They did animation domination.
was it good?
Was it better than Mike Tyson's Mystery Hour?
Yes. Essentially, each episode was just like a music video, like a really long music video.
I don't know if I can do that.
Have you guys watched Wet Hot American Summer on
No.
Netflix?
No.
Yes.
I didn't
It's
watch
really
the old
funny.
It was really funny.
You're really funny.
I watched that, and then I watched into the movie. Then I watched the making of
See, I've never
documentary.
seen the movie, the actual movie.
The movie was really good.
Like, as someone who didn't watch any of the old stuff, could you just pick up and watch the new thing?
This new series is a prequel
to the movie.
Even
lot
though all
of-
the actors are all like 15 years older than they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah, you have like 30-year-old actors playing like teenagers.
Yeah, it ends right before the movie started.
Okay.
It was
so
just interesting because I'd seen the movie and I needed to know the mystery of how does John Benjamin turn into a talking can of vegetables.
wait, what?
He's a talking can of
Yeah,
vegetables.
John Benjamin, the guy who does Archer, Sterling Archer,
Or Bob Belcher.
And
or Bob Belcher.
Mostly Bob Belcher.
He's like the camp leader. Paul Rudd's in it. Elizabeth Banks is in it.
So how long ago was the movie made?
80s.
No, it was
No,
like 2000 or 2001. Yeah. It was
Like,
a lot sooner.
it has
than
an
that.
80s
a
look
lot.
to it.
Yeah.
A lot of those people.
I was gonna say if it was Paul Rudd, it wasn't the '80s.
It's a huge cast though. Paul Rudd, Amy Poehler.
No, we're talking about the series, not the movie.
yeah, the movie.
Paul Rudd
They
was in-
were
well,
in the
movie.
movie.
Right now.
Paul Rudd was in the movie.
Yeah,
Oh.
like that entire cast was in the movie.
How Amy Poehler, if it was made in 2001, was she not well known then, or
No, she wasn't. I'll find the date.
Bradley Cooper was in the movie too?
Holy crap!
That's
Did
like a
it-
mind.
like,
fuck.
Michael
whoever
Ian
made
Black
that-
was in it.
Yeah.
John Benjamin was in it.
Who made it? Like, who was the creator?
Of the series.
Yeah. Well, the
Netflix
movie.
produced the
Well,
series.
just
Released
No,
July
like-
27, 2001.
2001. Who made it? Like, who's?
like whose concept was it?
Yeah. Like, who was the wizard who saw into the future, into all these people's careers, and brought them together?
David Wayne.
David Wayne. Wait.
That's like, yeah, like all the future stars are in that movie. Like The Outsiders, like had Rob Lowe, Tom Cruise.
Michael
Matt Damon.
Showalter.
Patrick Swayze.
Michael
Patrick
Ian
Swayze.
Black. Paul Rudd, Christopher Maloney, Ken Marino, Amy Poehler, Bradley Cooper.
You know what was really the most surprising character was Chris Maloney, because I'm so used to him being Stabler on SVU.
He was really funny in that.
Yeah, I just can't imagine him being anything other than Detective Stabler.
Wait, is that the main guy?
No.
No, who am I thinking
It's
of?
the guy. He's the guy that you've always seen on SVU.
Elliot Stabler,
He's the chef. He's the camp chef.
Jonas
Yeah, sure.
Johansson or something.
Wait, Elliot was the main.
In
Dude on
Law and
SVU,
Order,
right?
along
Yeah.
with Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was
yeah,
right then.
Yeah, he's the camp chef.
Quick
yeah,
trivia.
But he's the one who plays Elliot, the main guy in SVU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not on the show anymore. He left.
Yeah, he left to like.
Yeah,
I saw-
and they replaced him with like 2 people or something.
Yeah.
I watched it.
I don't watch SVU anymore. It's not as good.
I watched a lot of SVU at work over the summer, and they would just like.
Do you not watch SVU?
No, it's what didn't you watch over the summer? He's always like, so I watched like the Star Trek movie like 10 times at
Yeah, I
work
watched
over the summer. I watched like all of Seinfeld.
I watched a lot of
at
TV and
work over
movies
the
at
summer.
work. this
Quick
summer.
tidbit of trivia. Do you know who Mariska Hargitay's mother is? Or was?
No.
Jane Mansfield.
Really?
Yep, that's her. Mariska Hargitay is Jane Mansfield's daughter.
Today I learned.
Hmm.
I don't know if that changes my
Alright, the more
perception
you
of her at
know.
all, but
The more you know.
Can we get this star, like shooting star going across?
If you're watching on the webcam, you would have just seen the star.
you have to look past the horses that we stuffed into this room. Me and Logan had a discussion as we walked in here about how many horses we could exactly fit in this room.
Like
One.
live horses.
Yeah. I think you get 2.
Yeah, 2
Wait, so I
comfortably.
guess I should react like live horses or actual horses because there could be a difference.
Live horse.
Okay.
But if we stack them, I think we said we could get more of them. Right?
If you get like a trap door and like a half like ceiling, then you could fit twice as many.
With the horse, how do you get the horse up there? That would be really hard.
Very carefully.
You drop it down from the first floor.
Your alternative horse.
So we have to like go through the ceiling and drop the horse down.
Through the preschool.
Logan, are you a pasta person or a pizza person?
Pizza.
Oh,
no.
Are we doing this now?
I forget what I was. What did I say I was?
Pasta.
Pizza.
I said pasta.
You said
Shh.
pasta.
Say pizza. Tell him it was pizza. I'm a pizza person.
I'm pizza forever.
Pizza. And you
That's
said you're
Pasta
pasta.
person for
Pizza
life.
Pizza's a Canadian pizza chain.
It's also the Little
Little
Caesars.
Lots of Little Caesars
Yeah.
guy.
slogan.
We're gonna like split up this
Pizza,
discussion
pizza.
through the half because pizza people can't talk to pasta people.
Welcome to the Italian Foods Podcast.
Paul Bliss.
Paul. Okay. I was about to ask something. All right. Who saw like movies, new movies, theaters this summer?
I saw Straight Outta Compton.
How was it?
Fantastic. I'm not a fan of NWA, and I barely know any of the backstory, but it was just a great movie. I didn't even know Eazy-E died of AIDS.
Oh my God! Speaking of that,
you just
This is gonna be a
changed the
weird
topic to
segue.
movies.
yeah. Well, it's just on the topic of this is a subtopic of Eazy-E dying of AIDS. His son came out like the next, like not came out as in gay, but like said something to someone recently, and he's trying to say that Suge Knight actually injected Eazy-E with HIV to kill him.
I think the fact that Eazy-E was sexually active at the age of 12, I think that kind of
That
I mean,
speaks for
hurt.
itself.
That yeah, probably, but Eazy-E's son is claiming that Suge Knight injected.
Well, Suge Knight's on trial for murder
Yeah.
and hit and run.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It's really easy to blame him for a lot of stuff.
You could blame him for Tupac and Biggie. They're murders.
Never forget.
Everything comes back to Suge Knight.
Death Row Records. Is that even still an active label anymore?
No, it's not.
No.
That was dissolved.
Didn't he, like the Suge Knight, like when he ran those people, he backed over him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Then
like
he,
his
then, he,
friends too.
then he ran away.
Yeah, didn't he do that on the set of Straight Outta Compton?
No.
No, it was.
I don't think
in
it
a
had anything to
parking
do
lot.
with the filming.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like on the set of something. I guess I could be wrong then. All right, never mind.
My
On the
favorite
set of Life.
Ooh, it's
Fa-
like a
favorite
Truman Show.
performance in that movie was Paul Giamatti.
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
I
the
keep
white
seeing
guy.
him in
Oh
there.
yeah. He was.
He was
I just
my
really
favorite
like how
performance.
Paul Giamatti is becoming like the mentor in like every movie he's in now.
I love Paul Giamatti. Oh man, I'm so upset that they canceled like the Amazing Spider-Man thing because he was the
Oh,
Rhino.
yeah.
And
He
it
was a good
awesome.
Rhino too.
It was awesome.
What, he was gonna be the Rhino?
He was the Rhino.
I didn't. Amazing.
In the second one, he was the Rhino.
He wasn't the Rhino. He was the guy piloting a mech suit.
But he was.
But he was still a crazy Russian mob boss.
Wasn't his like code name the Rhino?
Yeah.
He was the Rhino. It was awesome.
I just remember
You
watching
know
the
it.
cartoon. Like the Rhino's an actual Rhino,
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it's like a man-rhino
a
hybrid.
man-Rhino hybrid.
yeah.
He was bitten by a radioactive rhino.
It's just
in
me.
the lab.
I like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man better than the James Garfield Spider-Man. Andrew
Tobey
Garfield.
Maguire was a whiny little bitch throughout the entire series.
I don't care.
The first one was good.
Spider-Man
The second
is
one
as
was
a
okay.
character,
Third one was
though.
not good.
Yeah, but, like-
Spider-Man's like this
Yeah,
teenager.
Sure, but like whenever he was Spider-Man, he was like saying jokes and like having some sort of like fun.
I do like the sarcasm of the new Spider-Man.
Exactly. He's much more entertaining to watch.
The only
instead
time
of pouty
Tobey Maguire
Mr.
was sarcastic was in
Face.
Spider-Man 3, and we don't really talk about that. So
Yeah, that
Yeah, that
one.
one
No,
was-
let's talk about it. Let's talk about the
the
symbiote.
dance scene,
Oh no.
That ruined the movie.
everything.
The
ruined
movie ruined the movie.
The first one was probably the best one.
I think the
Spider-Man.
second
ruined
one
the
wasn't bad
Spider-Man
either.
The
movie.
second one was the best one.
I just like Alfred Molina's performance in the second one.
I like the whole second one. I thought the second one was better than the first one even.
I just like how British actors can do American accents perfectly, like Hugh Laurie
Oh,
and
yeah.
Alfred Molina.
I didn't even know he was British until someone
Yeah,
told
well,
me.
I
I think it was you.
Yeah,
Like, I
'cause
was-
he's a blues singer, and
Yeah,
his
he's
accent
really
doesn't
good.
come through when he sings the blues, and it's like.
Well, neither
it's
does the
weird.
Beatles. The Beatles didn't
Well,
have that
okay,
accent.
so technically, really, no singing portrays accents very well because
But he's a really good
Yeah.
blues singer. I've listened to some of his stuff. He's really good.
What else? What did you see this summer?
I really didn't watch too many movies. I don't know, like, what did Jurassic World, which I really liked, even though most people didn't.
Yeah.
It brought out the kid in me,
Is it-
watching giant dinosaurs fight each other while smaller dinosaurs fought them while humans were shooting at them. It was pretty cool.
Is it better than the first Jurassic Park?
no,
probably
absolutely
not,
not. Not even
but
remotely
It's
close.
different than Jurassic Park, though. Like, that's the thing, is it's not a reboot. It's
A
own
rebrand?
film, kind of.
It's a continuation because
Yeah, so
they
Did
completed.
they have the
they
same
completed-
like theme?
it's the
Jurassic
same-
Park
so
theme?
what
It's the
happened-
same island. They
this is, like,
completed
20
the park
years,
and
yeah.
opened it, and it was a real like tourist destination. The
which-
island of the
yeah,
dinosaurs.
and then there
Which
were
is my
remains
issue.
of Jurassic Park that were like buried and ruined
Mhm.
in Jurassic World.
like everyone acknowledged that the things that happened during the construction of Jurassic Park were really bad, which is why they rebranded themselves as Jurassic World.
Like I remember in the trailer they had the can of Barbasol.
yeah.
Is that actually in the movie? Yeah, that
Well, okay. So the thing is, at the end of Jurassic Park, they nuked the island. Does nobody remember this? That this was a thing that happened. That island doesn't exist anymore. I mean, it does, but nothing on there exists anymore. They dropped a nuclear bomb on it.
Yeah, they can regenerate nuclear created
if they can
animals.
bring dinosaurs back from life,
I think they can regenerate
dissipate
plant life.
nuclear waste.
Yeah, but like,
your argument is
Come on,
invalid.
Walker.
but it's so also all the stuff is still there. Doesn't it looks like it was just like taken over by the jungle? It doesn't
Well,
look
a
like
lot
it
of
went
them-
through a.
A lot of the places were underground. Like in Jurassic World, a lot
But
of the
they-
places they were at were underground.
They went through like the main big hall. That would have been
which was
blown up.
underground at the time. Like when they were running through all that, they were all under like a mountain.
No, they went through the atrium, like that big atrium up front. Remember?
Like the one in
Which-
Jurassic Park?
yeah,
It
that
like
was
sunk
not
in,
underground.
is what it looked like.
No,
Everything
it was still out there. They walked through They walked up those steps, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see Jurassic World, but I heard it was not as good
And
as
then I just saw Mad Max like 2 days ago,
Good?
Yeah.
which was good.
We'll
I
we'll
liked
get on
it.
that.
The nu-
Logan, did you see Jurassic World?
The nuclear bombing took place at the end of Jurassic Park 3, which
And
is
that was a
on
different island.
island.
No, they did it on the first one.
Z-Snap.
They did it on the first
the
one.
island. The first one was Isla Nublar,
Yeah.
and
Isla
they were in
Nublar,
Isla
yeah.
Sorna.
They blew it up.
In
I
the
really
third
don't
one,
remember Jurassic 3 that well.
It wasn't as good.
You didn't need to.
The worst one was
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, Lost World Jurassic Park.
No, it wasn't. Jurassic Park 3 was by far the worst one.
Nope,
then Jurassic
Jurassic
World,
Park 2
then
was
Lost World, then
horrible.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic World was not a bad movie, Walker. I don't know why you didn't like it.
Because it
but-
wasn't necessarily. It wasn't great. So okay. So first of all,
Didn't have
the
any
writing.
laser raptors.
The writing I was willing to forget because just giant dinosaurs. As long as it looks good and is all.
The writing was good though.
It wasn't good. It was horrible. It was awful.
The only part that I was about was the trying to militarize velociraptors.
And that was the only part that actually made sense to me.
Yeah.
Because when I was going into this, I'm like, why would they even try this again?
The movie wasn't made for you, though. The movie was made for the
No.
9 and 10-year-old kids
I
who are
know,
now
but
being
it's-
exposed to this world.
but
And
sh-
they
but
had a
shut
nice
up.
movie about Chris Pratt's like this really cool hero that everyone could get behind. And the family is coming together and bonding through this horrific event.
It was stupid. It's stupid.
It
I
wasn't
didn't
for
like it.
you.
Then they can go to Dairy Queen and get like a Jurassic Park Crunch Blizzard.
Yeah. That
That's
they
not
could go
happening.
to
Which now I'm
Damn
gonna
it.
Jimmy
and get a
Buffett's
thing.
Margarita. They could go to Margarita World.
now
Okay,
I'm probably gonna
so-
go to Dairy Queen after this and get something.
Plus, not to mention the amazing Rube Goldberg of dinosaurs that the babysitter went through. Oh,
Oh,
my god, that was
God,
fantastic.
so you can't even say it's for kids and then justify that torture porn in the movie. It was horrible. That was stupid. What the
Jurassic Park had
fuck
that
was
too.
that? Not even remotely close to that. Like at most, the lawyer got eaten by the dinosaur, and that was like justification because he was a dickhead.
There was a 4-year-old child in the theater when I saw it, and he didn't cry once. So
I mean,
You
sure
can't
he didn't
cry at
cry,
dinosaurs.
but like,
Dinosaurs
What?
are awesome.
but,
If
also,
anything,
the sound was fantastic in that movie. If you watched it in a theater with the surround sound, it was amazing.
And
I can
here-
just imagine
here's
if it was
my-
an IMAX.
here's my
and
big
how
problem
not-
with that.
Why do you have a problem with all these
Because I
things?
have a problem with everything about that movie. The Tyrannosaurus Rex roar from Jurassic Park is one of the most iconic roars in a movie, up there with Godzilla. And they didn't feature that like at all. And at the end, when they actually did do it, and it was like yelling in that weird majestic like thing where it's like, I beat them up. It was like pathetic. It didn't even sound good.
Well, he did almost die.
But fuck that. I just watched two dinosaurs just have like this like masturbatory fight between each other. And
Again,
and,
our views
and I
do
can't
not
even,
necessarily
I can't
represent
even, I
those
can't
of
even
our.
hear like this like majestic roar that I've been waiting for the entire goddamn movie.
I think you have
It's not as
issues. with-
disappointing as not hearing Iron Man in Iron Man until the ending credits. That made me kind of sad.
I thought that made sense because that was the point where he's like, "I am Iron Man," and then they go into it
I am Iron Man.
because they didn't like recognize him as Iron Man until the very end. That was when the first time Iron Man was said. That made sense. Not giving the T-Rex an awesome roar at the end of the movie, that didn't make sense.
The movie wasn't about the T-Rex though. He
It's
wasn't
about
the biggest part
dinosaurs.
of the movie.
If anything, it's more beneficial to show kids this because it gets them interested in dinosaurs and history
It
and
gets them interested in getting their helicopter license.
It gets them interested in dinosaurs that don't even
learning
look
about,
like real
learning
dinosaurs.
about that.
But they
And
admitted
they
that
talked
they don't
about
look
that.
like
They
real
talked about why that
They
dinosaurs.
happened.
did, but if you're 5 fucking years old, you're not listening to what B.D. Wong is saying to the guy who played fucking Kingpin and Daredevil. You don't give a shit. You just listen to dinosaurs.
So they don't even need to care about whether they look right or not.
But then it's wrong for the popular like visual representation of what dinosaurs look like because that's not what they look like. It would be like saying like.
But
like,
if they
like,
made the dinosaurs look like how they were supposed to look, the little kids would be like, "What the hell? That's
would
not
look
what a dinosaur
fucking
looks
awesome.
like."
Which is the problem. It starts here. It's because of Jurassic Park and going through the old idea of what a dinosaur
Well, then you
used
have
to
to
look like.
complain about the original Jurassic Parks for doing that.
But back then, that was scientifically accurate because we didn't even fucking know at that point. But now we're like, oh shit, we were wrong. But then they never fixed it. They never fixed it. Sure, they justified it within the movie, but they still haven't fixed it. People still see dinosaurs as giant, scaly reptiles with no lips.
Oh boy, are you done? Too much.
So let's
talking.
just end it on a vote of whether it was a good movie or not.
It wasn't.
If
It
it
was.
was, if it was not a good movie, raise your hand.
abstention
Okay,
because I
Walker's
haven't seen
raising
it.
his hand.
I have
If
not
it
seen
was
Mike,
a
raise your
good
hand. Mike,
movie,
raise your hand.
raise your hand. Oh, that's 2-1. It was a good movie.
Man.
Next topic.
So there's this.
Logan, what did you see this summer?
I
Oh,
don't
sorry.
want to bother telling now because you'll just shit all over it for 5 minutes.
Jurassic World was the only thing I saw this summer that I was totally disappointed by. Continue.
What'd you see?
Ant-Man.
Hitman.
I didn't see
Ant-Man.
I had
Ant-Man.
not see
Oh.
Ant-Man. It's not in theaters right now, so.
I
Are you
didn't
gonna-
hate
oh, here-
Ant-Man.
He's gonna shit all over it.
I
Here
didn't
we
hate
go.
Shit all over it.
I didn't
Geared
hate
up.
Ant-Man.
He's
I-
clenching up.
I had issues with it. Okay, so I'll just start with this. I enjoyed Ant-Man. I saw Ant-Man. I said, all right, that was enjoyable.
Here's a butt. There's a butt coming.
But there is a but. I had a lot of issues with it as don't spray that baby powder shit in here. I had a lot of issues. Mother! I just sprayed it all over
I'm
the top of my
trying to
thing that I'm
freshen
drinking out
the
of.
room.
Alright,
Because
so
it smells like.
It smells so salty.
Anyway.
we know all
Too
the
much
development
Wow, that smells
hell
good.
that Ant-Man went through,
Yeah.
right? The whole deal with Edgar Wright.
I just think
I-
the whole concept of Ant-Man is stupid.
I think
Who would want to be an ant?
He gets 50 times his strength. What he's
Yeah.
an
You
ant
gain
for.
power
When you're that
relative
small.
to the
Yeah.
to the power that an ant
See,
has.
I'm not
actual
big.
ant.
I'm not big into comic books.
Well, I think the way they presented like the whole Ant-Man suit and all that was actually really fucking cool. Like the fight with Falcon, spoiler alert, I guess. The fight with Falcon, that was cool. That was really cool the way they did it. And, like he went through and he was like punching like. in a small-
Okay. What were your give 2 problems you had with the movie?
Okay. First problem, it's gotten to the point where every Marvel movie is super predictable, which I'm okay with
All
to a
of them
certain
were
extent.
predictable.
But this one felt like I could have just watched like Iron Man again or something and gotten the same exact experience that I got with this one. Like it didn't feel any different to me at all.
Second.
Second, back to the development hell with the whole Edgar Wright thing. They kept, for the most part, the script that Edgar Wright and Joe Cornish wrote. And as someone who's a big fan of Edgar Wright, everything that in there, what I could tell, like what came from their script, and it felt really weird to me to watch stuff that sounds like him, but it doesn't remotely look like. I think it looked like Anchorman. The whole movie didn't sound like Anchorman, but it looked like Anchorman, and that kind of bothered me. But the action is the only thing in terms of direction that I thought was done really well. I liked all that, but everything else, just like dialogue scenes, it was.
And
I didn't
for Logan's rebuttal.
like it.
All right. This movie worked well. It played really well to how Ant-Man could be. It was a heist movie,
Well, which I
essentially.
agree with. I
and
agree
that
with that part.
played well to the character's abilities, which are the shrinking and sneaking into places and the manipulation of ants to assist with tasks and the strength to an extent through the later part of the movie once the action actually picked up. Like, that all played well. The comedy played well because it was Paul Rudd, and that's just kind of what's expected from him. It was a good mix between kind of the comedic aspects. There were actually less kind of comedy I expected in it. I expected more. There was actually less in the movie than there was. It was predictable because it's a level 1 movie for a character. All the level 1 movies are just, hey, millions of people have never heard about this character. Let's create a movie to introduce them. This is who Ant-Man is. And as we've seen with all the other characters, with Thor 2, with Iron Man 2, with Captain America 2, through the second movie is when it starts expanding actually more into the character, is when it gets a better, tighter story, more relative to the character's abilities and to the character as their non-superhero persona.
Which I totally agree with everything you just said.
But
Well, no, I really like Paul Rudd. I thought Paul Rudd was awesome in there. I like Paul Rudd. I thought Michael Douglas did an awesome job.
Yeah, so
Uh,
when we get Ant-Man 2, it'll be less of the predictability that you want.
The formula is always the first one is introductory, so that's
Yep.
just getting to know them.
And then the second
The
one
second
gets
one is-
into the character.
The second one is
Mhm.
external conflict usually, and then the third one is internal conflict where you'll find something's wrong with their powers or there's something they can't do,
like
so
Spider-Man.
they have to reach into themselves.
Look
Yeah.
at like
So,
Captain
like-
America. Captain America 1
Introductory.
that was just an action movie that got you like, yeah, Captain America kicks ass. Captain America 2 was like a spy espionage tactical movie.
Yeah.
That like changed the direction of the character but still worked.
And then the third
for
one,
him.
there's going to be a lot of internal conflict.
Yeah.
The third one's basically just going to be Avengers, though.
Well, it's going
I
to
don't
be
know why they're calling
Civil
it Captain
War.
America. Don't spray that shit in here.
Well, I guess they call it Avengers if they were all like working together, but they're not.
Why do
'cause
they
it's
call it
Civil
Captain
War.
America? Why don't they just
Well,
call it
it's just
Civil War?
his movie, so
It's-
it's probably going to
yeah,
be
'cause
from
it's
his
his.
point of view instead of Iron Man's point of view.
But
for
then,
the most
like,
part.
if you go from one person's point of view, doesn't that kind of defeat the point of having the Civil War? There's like,
Not really. I mean,
Like we'll see why they're fighting.
yeah.
Like we'll
But-
get why, but it'll just follow.
if it's from his point of view, will that like make Iron Man out to be the bad guy? Because in both,
No.
both
because
perspectives.
the whole point of Age of Ultron was to show Robert Downey Jr.'s perspective on it.
Like,
That's why he was pretty much the main character of Age of Ultron.
we saw
they made
that
him out to
he
be the bad
wants
guy
to
in there.
protect.
No, they didn't. He was
everything.
trying-
I thought
they really overemphasized his need to protect the Earth and to disband the Avengers because they don't they shouldn't be needed.
which I understand that's what they were trying to do. But to me, all I saw was Tony Stark as a liability. Like potentially, he almost just destroyed the planet by creating
So then
Ultron.
you're probably gonna follow Team Captain America in Civil War.
But
the
like,
other
is
thing
it
did
possible to
beautifully
defend
is
Tony Stark in Age of Ultron?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
See, that's the other interesting thing that happened is people are already talking about what side they think is right.
Okay, why do you think? Is anyone in here for Tony Stark then?
I am.
Yeah,
Why?
because his idea is creating a world that can police itself, and he obviously works through computers. A computer can't be like manipulated. It can't be bribed. It can't be, unless you physically change it, it can't really change in any way, which makes it the ideal guardian as opposed to a group of humans like the Avengers. I mean, they're soft and squishy and mortal, but they also have their character flaws, which is something you don't have so much with kind of like a guardian robot system. So he wants to protect the world kind of through automation, like essentially make the Avengers obsolete, because all these like millions and millions of robots can do the job of protecting everybody all at the same time.
Okay, but see, here's my thing. When you look at it that way, almost every villain in any story has like some ultimate goal that kind of makes sense. It's just the way that they go about it that always makes them out to be the bad
Well,
guy.
that's the thing. Like, there's been one AI made in the Marvel Cinematic Universe so far, and he made it, and it wasn't even close to trying to be the scale he made Ultron. So you can't expect him to just perfectly make an AI that can control an army of robots on his first try.
I guess, but like once he starts like, if he's so dedicated to saving the world and doing whatever he has to make it that way, at what point does it become like? At what point does he throw away like certain like freedoms and make it into like a tyrannical thing? If
Which-
that's like the way he
which is
justifies
what-
saving the world.
Captain America talked to him about during Age of Ultron. He said, I don't approve of your idea of kind of protecting the world because it's really cold and automated and authoritative.
The really interesting monologue that he had in Age of Ultron, Tony Stark, was like, we're not going to be here forever. What happens when one of us dies or all of us get too old to keep doing this? Who's going to take over?
And he showed about from Avengers 1, they saw that they're not alone in the universe and that they
Yeah.
can and will be attacked again. And he's like, we barely made it through one. Like, I had to fly into a wormhole and
With a nuclear
release a
bomb.
nuclear bomb. Like,
But-
the six of us barely cut it. What happens when they come back again?
But then, the way I can justify that, I mean, like, I feel like at this point in the Marvel universe, there's just like super powered like people popping out of the woodwork every like couple hours or so. There's someone new all the time, and sure, there's like this whole other rest of the universe, but there's whole the rest of the universe for another Avengers to pop up. The Guardians of the Galaxy, the Inhumans, they're good guys, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
The idea is
Mostly.
they're human.
There's always going to be someone else to take up the mantle.
They're
of the
human
Avengers.
and failable, though, is what Tony wants to get rid of. He wants to create an everlasting, eternal kind of computerized protection for the world.
Because even though you said there are more people that can take up the mantle, there are a fairly limited number of superheroes. So if they all keep dying, who's next?
We saw in Captain America 2, S.H.I.E.L.D., which was like the largest peacekeeping protection organization, just got destroyed from the inside from other humans. That he's like, that couldn't happen with a robot system.
But if there's always like, is Vision immortal?
Yes.
Not immortal.
Well,
I think.
he's a robot.
That's true.
Yeah, but he's
well,
like,
no, but he's also like. I guess he's. I don't think he's technically immortal because if you destroy the stone, then he'll die.
but as long as like, so Vision, we can all agree on.
Theoretically,
Is, like,
he's immortal, but not like completely.
we can all agree that Vision is like the most like pure form of like he's the most like honest and pure like worthy character there.
Yeah.
Right. So what if we just like anoint him like the ultimate like ruler of the Avengers, ruler, so to say?
Because there's only one of him.
Yeah, but
I mean, he's still fallible too, though, because it's pretty obvious that he didn't actually destroy Ultron.
yeah, but
He preserved him somehow.
because for what I mean, it just comes down to I trust Vision's judgment. I feel like, yeah, that seems weird, but I trust you, dude. I feel like you made the right decision doing whatever it is you did. I'm sure you have some sort of good reason for doing that. I don't know. Wait, too much Avengers talk. We need to move on.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
next?
we're at.
An hour almost.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we did start like
Something
5
might
minutes
have
late.
Um,
I might go see Santana in concert.
Ooh.
We're at.
Wolf Trap.
In Jersey, it's at
Oh, no,
the
he played
PNC
last
Bank
week,
Art
just
Center
kidding.
in Homedale or Howell or whatever the hell. Yeah, the tickets are like $45. And I love Santana.
I remember
So-
Kid Rock did a tour, I think with like Styx, and it was like the 1985 tour. So their marketing thing was tickets are $20. Like all tickets at all the venues they go to are $20, because they're like, we want to make it like the 80s where tickets were really cheap. But I think just Kid Rock fans can't afford.
Aw.
Expensive
No.
tickets.
But no, Santana's coming to where I'm at, and I think Styx and Led Zeppelin are doing a concert together.
That's pretty impressive. Panic at the Disco is going to be in Ship.
And what?
Panic at the
Shippensburg.
Disco is going to be in Shippensburg.
We get instead we're getting what are we getting for homecoming?
I have no idea who's
All
coming.
time low.
All Time Low and
Oh.
something else.
There's a rapper coming, but I don't know which one. 'cause
Another,
I don't
like-
listen
I
to
mean,
rap.
we'll never get like a guy like Wiz Khalifa or someone impressive.
Someone impressive. No offense to all the people coming here and performing at IUP, but
Actually, yes, take offense.
but
Like,
did we
only
get the
do
Mythbusters
something
one year?
about it.
You're
Yeah,
not
we did.
impressive.
The only
What's that?
the only concert I went to here was like a comedy show with Louis Black.
We went to we got the that like what's the record label? That came.
Oh, Jagfest, that was cool.
Yeah.
It was
Wild
Wild
Kindness.
Kindness Records.
That was good.
I have one of those posters in my room.
Really?
It was a good show. I really liked it.
I wanted one. Can I have it?
I only have one,
Can
and
I
I
have it?
want it, so no.
So I mean, I'll trade you. I got some grapes in my bag.
He's got some Dave Matthews posters.
You don't have
up in his
anything to
room.
offer me that I'd want.
No grapes, no Dave Matthews. Grapes and Dave Matthews?
No,
Oh, okay.
not even close.
What about that briefcase?
No, you can have that.
It's already mine.
It's not worth it. There's some foam down there. Rest of the movies. To finish up the movie talk real quick. I saw Inside Out, the new Pixar movie. I don't know if anyone else saw it.
Louis
No.
Black's in that. He's Anger.
Yeah, he was. He was awesome. It was a great movie. Just, I mean, Pixar, there you go. That's pretty much all you need to know about it. And it's not Cars, so it's actually good. Or
Cars
Finding
wasn't
Nemo.
awful.
Cars was awful.
Planes looked pretty bad.
Planes was not Pixar.
Oh, it wasn't?
Nope.
I didn't know that.
DreamWorks, wasn't it?
No, it was some other. It was like just Disney animation. Yeah. So Inside Out was good. Saw Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation. Fucking awesome. It was amazing.
Whoa. So you shat all over Jurassic World, and then you come in here and say the Mission Impossible was good?
It was good. It was. incredibly. It was just the whole movie was incredibly well paced. Everything was all there. All the performances. It was just awesome.
I think I'm gonna stop listening to the opinion of Walker at this point.
Okay, so some of
Here
the
we
like
go again.
most like the
Wait,
highest
20-minute diatribe.
some of the most like the highest rated movies this summer include Mad Max Fury Road and Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation was an incredible movie.
Is that his last Mission Impossible?
I don't know. I think there's gonna be another one, which I am fine with because if it's as good as this one, I am totally okay with that. It was a fantastic movie, and when you watch it, I know you will like it because it's not like it's just a really good action movie, like a really good like spy thriller action movie. It was fantastic.
When did the last one come out? How many
It was
years
like
has it
2
been
years ago.
between?
2 or 3.
That one was pretty good too, but this one was amazing. It was fantastic. The bad guy was awesome. It was it was so good, so good. And then I saw Mad Max Fury Road like 3 times in theaters.
Let's try to change and go. What's coming out?
Okay.
Movie wise or music?
Mu-
I don't
movie.
know. Okay.
What's coming out? This Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Something else.
Nothing else really matters. but-
Spectre.
Yeah, that's
James
what I'm
Bond.
thinking
Oh yeah.
Uh,
There's another Christmas.
of. Yeah. What
There's
else
a big
is-
one coming out on Christmas, but I forgot what it was.
What am I thinking of?
Cooties. I'm really excited to see that one.
It's not what I was thinking of.
No, I'm sure that was it.
That's the one with Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
It's the zombie film where
like
they're
are they
like,
all kids.
okay, it's got Elijah Wood and Bill Hader in it.
I mean, I guess.
Or
but
no, was it Bill Hader or is it the other guy that looks like him? I think it's the guy who played Dwight.
Rainn Wilson.
Yeah, it's Rainn Wilson.
No. I mean,
Who's a bigger Bill Hader.
I
in my
guess.
opinion.
I'm not super pumped for that.
It looks
I mean,
funny though.
I mean,
Like,
it looks.
Hateful Eight.
Hateful
There
Eight's
it
coming
is,
out on
okay.
Christmas, right? It's Christmas Day. And glorious 70mm film.
Ooh, I'm so excited for it.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's just every Quentin Tarantino movie is like the same thing at this point. It's a bunch of people pointing guns at other people and saying cool
And
things.
Sam Jackson
and it
being
just
an
makes
old
me so
racist
happy.
black guy.
I finally finished Pulp Fiction. I finally got a chance to actually watch
Hey.
the whole thing.
I finally watched that like the whole way through and not just in pieces.
Like one movie I can sit and watch for hours. On loop is Wolf of Wall Street.
I
That's a long
love that
loop.
movie.
The
yeah.
original cut was 4.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm glad that I
I
still
love
thought it
that
was
movie.
too long.
Love it.
He
I-
wanted 7 hours,
I
and
could.
they told him to cut it. So he cut it to 4.5, and they told him to cut it again.
They laughed at him. They're like, really?
Like, I could sit down and watch that anytime.
That's another movie I had issues with. But that's
I still haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street, so
it's on Netflix.
I'm excited for The Martian. The Matt Damon
yeah,
one.
that looks pretty good.
I want to read the book, or at least listen to the audiobook. Apparently, the audiobook for The Martian is like top notch, like really good audiobook.
When is
So I wanna
the
check
new
that
Harry
out.
Potter movie coming out?
It's
What?
still a while.
No.
The like mythical creatures and magical
Who's playing the
beasts.
main guy in there? Is it Eddie
Colin
Redmayne?
Farrell.
He's
Colin
in
Farrell's
it,
in it.
but he's not the main character. Eddie Redmayne was the main character, wasn't he? I thought they decided that. That's the guy who played Stephen Hawking in the new one, right? And the new Stephen Hawking like biopic or whatever the hell it was. The one where it was like a Stephen Hawking like love story,
Oh,
which is kind of
yeah.
weird, I
My
guess.
sister went to go see that.
Zoolander 2.
Oh yeah. I still
Two-lander.
need to see the original Zoolander. There's a lot of like big films I haven't seen.
I've never seen my entire like idea of Zoolander comes from memes. That's all I know
Yeah,
about.
That's pretty
Zoolander.
accurate.
I mean, that's pretty much the movie, though.
R/things for ants. That's a thing.
Yeah, I love that one. That's a
All
good
right,
one.
I want to wrap this up.
You want to wrap this
Yeah.
up?
Let's go get some food.
So since this is still the WIU podcast technically, before we would do a like recommend like song of the week or something you've been listening to, but we're gonna expand it now to song, album, TV show, movie, whatever, anything sort of media related. What have you been partaking in?
Am I starting?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I've started Scrubs again,
Uh-oh.
and I
Don't give me any ideas.
I will.
please.
I completed the first season 2 days ago. I'm gonna be on the second season when I get home. But I'm watching Scrubs a lot. Wet Hot American Summer, the prequel series. I've been really into Chris Farley movies because I watched that documentary,
Oh.
which was fantastic.
Did you see the stuff with like all the Shrek footage?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Here's my opinion on that. I mean, we're so used to Mike Myers being Shrek.
I know, but it's like listening to it.
It's
and
not
just, like,
terrible,
I
but
thought it was good.
yeah,
All
I
right,
thought it was good.
Nick wants to move on. Go
Okay,
ahead.
Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. So for song, I'm definitely gonna have to say "Whale" by Yellow Ostrich. I've listened to it a lot lately. It's catchy. It's kind of weird because it's about like a love story with a whale, but that's not important. And then TV show Heroes Reborn is coming out soon, so let's all get hyped for that. Hopefully, it won't be as
Let's all
bad
get
as
hyped for
season
that
2 through
disappointment
5.
train.
And then Arrow, Flash, and the 100 are coming back pretty soon. So
Logan.
The band Foals released a new album yesterday. What Went Down? It's pretty fantastic. Almost every track off that song, I just love it.
What kind of band is that? Because I see Steve listening to it.
Rock.
Oh, I just assume it's like
Alt rock.
depressing when I see
Logan
Steve
listens
listening to
to
it.
It's not
rock.
bad. TV show, the new one on Netflix, Narcos, about Pablo Escobar. It's really good.
I heard
I
that was
watched the
good.
first episode. The cinematography is amazing.
Is it about Pablo Escobar?
Yeah, and like the DEA agents who were hunting him. It's really, really, really good.
I'm gonna have to watch that whenever I finish up on my current thing.
Where is it? What is that? Netflix? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as music goes, I haven't really been listening to a whole lot of like anything new. Just kind of ignoring
Just
everything.
kind of listening to Dave
Yeah.
Matthews.
Just more Dave Matthews.
and They Might Be Giants.
And They Might Be Giants.
And
Oh,
Darude.
wait, no, I take that back. Bills. They Might Be Giants did a cover of Destiny's Child, Bills, and it's awesome. It's fucking awesome. TV show is what I really want to talk about. Mr. Robot, if you're not watching it, you're really missing out.
I saw they put that finale back a week.
Yeah,
know,
because
I'm so
they
upset.
said it was related to the media shooting incident, so they
Yeah.
didn't want to.
But oh my god. I finally watched episode 9 last night. Holy cow. Oh my god, the show is so good. It looks absolutely gorgeous all the time. Everything they do is like different, but it's like it all makes sense. It just my god.
Between this show and Archer, we're getting a Christian Slater kind of
Oh
resurgence.
my god. And Christian Slater is
The
fucking
Slater songs.
what's the guy, Remy Malek? Oh my god, he kills it.
Remy.
He absolutely destroys it. It's amazing. It's so good. And it's real easy to look at the show and say that it's kind of a ripoff of something else, and not to go into it with spoilers, but you know what I'm talking about, right? After episode 9, it kind of stops becoming a ripoff and becomes more of a love letter to that, and it's fucking awesome. It's so good. It's so good. I can't even remember the last time I was so like brought into a show since the first episode of Lost, which was a fantastic pilot, even if the rest of the show was.
Well,
Iffy.
Lost was good until the last 3 episodes.
But that was one of the best damn pilots ever.
Yeah.
Logan, did you watch it? Yeah, it was a good pilot. Mr. Robot, watch it. Fucking awesome. All right, we need to end up here. Anybody
Okay.
want to say anything? Closing comments?
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Wait, did we mention Logan? Did I mention the season thing for this?
Yeah.
On here?
I don't know. You just said it to me.
Okay. So if I did mention it and I'm listening to this again, I'm just gonna cut it off here. Bye everyone. See you later. See you next week or whatever. If I didn't, then I'm gonna leave this in. So the way we're doing this now is last set of semesters, we had the WIUP podcast and the WIUP Talk Show podcast. WIUP Talk Show podcast and WIUP podcast are one and the same now. It's just the WIUP podcast. But the way we're doing it now, since a lot of people are going to be graduating eventually or moving away, or there's going to be changing recurring cast members throughout each year, we're going to do it in seasons now. So this is season 2. This is the start of season 2 of the WIUP podcast and the YouTube channel. And I'm retroactively going to go back and change everything else to season 1. So don't get too confused. This is season 2, episode 1. That's all you need to know. It's fairly simple. Hopefully it's not hard to understand. And that's pretty much it.
Well,
Bye.
if I don't, I hope to be back on the podcast soon.
Yeah,
I'm actually staying. I'm staying over tonight too. So, if you guys want to hang out?
We'll do another one tomorrow.
Do another one. Is everybody free later on today? All right, we're done. We're done.
All right.